Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. Hopefully, this will be tolerable or drinkable or a treat. I'm not real sure. I've had this bottle downstairs in the fridge for several years. And what this is made, and it's got several aliases. This is called Posca Rustica, which is a Belgian ale brewed with herbs and spices. From what I've learned and what I know about a Gruit beer, G-R-U-I-T, they don't use hops. This is before hops was introduced into beers, hundreds of years ago. They brewed with other ingredients, herbs and spices and other things to give the beer taste. Let me read to you a little bit about this. So the commercial description says, brewed in the ancient Gaelic style for the archaeological site at Aubechis, A-U-B-E-C-H-I-E-S. I probably butchered that word up, and the beer description for the Scottish Gruit / ancient herbed ale is, this category recognizes the ancient ales, beers of yore, the way beers were probably brewed throughout the Middle Ages in continental Europe. Gruit is mainly a concoction of sweet gale, yarrow, and wild rosemary. Other herbs, spices, and berries may be used to create interesting and pleasant aroma and flavor of green and herbal tea. These ancient ales may be highly intoxicating and aphrodisiacal when consumed in significant quantity. Think we need an aphrodisiac, huh? Oh, look out. Alright, it says historically it has been said to stimulate the mind, create euphoria, and enhance sexual drive. Well, man, maybe I should have bought a case of this. What do you think, guys? Other ancient style ales include those made with such ingredients like heather, seaweed, pine, spruce. Those interested in learning more about this should read Sacred and Herbal Healing Beers by Stephen Harold Buhner. It says the average alcohol by volume on this range of beers is between 4 and 6%. This is a bigger one. This is an 8%er here. And like I said, I've had that one downstairs for several years. I have had Gruit beers before, and none of them have been extremely exceptional to me. I mean, if that's all I had to drink, I'm sure I'd love it to death. But now that hops have been introduced into beers, I kind of got a taste for the hops in the beers instead of the herbs and the spices in there. But you never know. And this beer, like I said, has some aliases. And let me read what's on the bottle here, too. I don't want this to be a 20-minute video, but it's very interesting. The year is 63 AD at the Roman encampment near the present-day Belgian town of Bliqui, B-L-I-C-Q-Y. Nervium Flavius, a Roman soldier, recently posted to Gaul is thirsty. He approaches Uberane, the young woman in the encampment's papina, and I guess that's where they serve the alcohol. He demands his Posca, fully expecting to get the sour wine drink loved by all legionnaires, and that's what they called it, Posca. But Uberine says she has no Posca, but exhibiting the Belgian knack for adapting to foreigners and their taste, quickly adds she has some Posca Rustica. a local brewed version. Too thirsty to argue, Flavius gruffly quaffs the strange, blonde, frothy drink. It is not sour, but herbal and wonderfully spiced. It is the cerveza of the local tribes, the Uberani, Nervi, Nervii, and Ambiani. Instead of complaining, Flavius gladly finished the delicious ale. The beer becomes a favorite among all legionnaires. To this day, you can hear their joy every time a Belgian toasts by saying Prost, and that's it comes from the Roman soldier shortened cry Prestica. So that's where Prost comes from. It comes from the Prostica, for their cherished drink of Gallo Belgica, Posca Rustica. So, hear the phone in there ringing, so I'll just have to wait. Alright guys, so we got the origin of the word Prost comes from this. Prostica. Prost is short and cry for Prostica. So, there you go. There's the info on this one. So, I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about, so let me give you the food pairings. Food pairings, it says meat is poultry and game. Glassware is pint, becker, the nonic, the tumbler, the mug, the stein, the sindel. And it says not recommended for selling unless the ABV extends the average range. This is an 8%er, so I'm hoping I haven't kept it too long. So, let's get on with this one. This was in the great big bottle, and I think this is done same people that do the Saison DuPont. So I hope it don't gush and do all kind of crazy things. So let's get the wire cage off of this. And it's got the DuPont emblem on the very top of this. So let's see if I can get it off. Oh, it's moving, so. A lot of smoke. Nice pop. And it's got 2.011 right there, so I don't know if that's supposed to be 2011 or not. I very well could have had it that long, so there is no dating on the bottle. Alright, it looks very golden. A lot of bubbles streaming up in the glass. I can see right through it. It is clear. Almost looks like a macro lager in the glass, guys. Very golden color. And I poured it fairly aggressive, and it didn't produce hardly any head, maybe a quarter of a finger, and it dissipated immediately. So let's get a nose on it. I don't know what I'm going to get out of this with no hops in it. To me, it smells like a lager. I'm getting grassiness, graininess, a little bit of herbal spiciness in there. Now, I can't tell you what herbs or spices they've used. It does not say. There is a maltiness to it, not overly heavily malty. It smells more to me like a Pilsner, like a typical lawnmower beer. That's exactly what it smells like to me. So let's give it a taste and see what we got. This is what they drank hundreds of years ago. Cheers, everybody. That's pretty good. That's pretty tasty. It's got a nice sweet taste to it. It's not overly sweet. To me, it's like honeysuckle and rosemary, lemon peel, or lemongrass. Very easy drinking, not bitter, not sour, not tart. No alcohol taste for an 8%er. Very easy drinking. Very sessionable for an 8%er. The ultimate high-test lawnmower beer, if you will. There is no hop presence in this, so there's no hops used in making of this beer. But it's pretty tasty. Tastes a lot like a supercharged Budweiser, if you will. Very pleasant. Wow, I'm pleasantly surprised. I was expecting it to be either a sour or a tart or something in that line. I couldn't drink a lot of this, I don't think. It's just a tad on the sweet side for my taste, but very easy drinking. I'm going to let it warm up just a little bit, and not too much though, because I got a feeling this is the kind of beer you'd want to drink while it's still chilled. You wouldn't want your macro lagers to get warm before you drink it. You want to drink those while they're nice and cold. And that's the way I like my lagers and pilsners, and evidently this Gruit beer. And you can see it almost looks like, and there's absolutely no head whatsoever on it. I mean, it's all dissipated. Just a few bubbles streaming up from the bottom. But this definitely has a sweet back end on this one, guys. So let's let it warm up, and I'll come back and do the final chug. Alright guys, I'm back. This beer is definitely an acquired taste beer as far as I'm concerned. Now that hops have been discovered, the beers are so much better than what I consider a Gruit beer to be. Even though this is a well-made beer, and when it's first chilled right out of the bottle, it's not too awful bad. But after about half a glass of it, that's about all I want of it. Sort of like eggnog to me. Once I've had a couple sips, I'm done with it for a year. I know it's a well-made beer, and like I said, this beer is produced in early ancient style. I mean, back before they had discovered what hops was and put it into beers. They use herbs and spices to make their beers. And it is what it is, but doesn't blow my hair back, none whatsoever. Matter of fact, I gave most of the bottle to the other half. So, that's final chug for me. Just a slight hint of tartness on the back, not much. Super sweet on the front. And the herbs and spices are just all over the place. Lemongrass. Grainy, grassy, almost some honeysuckleness qualities to this. It's a little oversweet for my taste, but it is what it is, guys. There is no dating on the bottle, and an 8%er, and this is a green bottle too, and like I said, I've had it for quite a while. So, I mean, they may be dating this stuff now, but when I got this bottle, there was no date on it. So, guys, I try to be fair with these, even though it's not my style of beer. I'm gonna give it to 7, which is a B+. Don't think it's to the A category, but I'm sure it's a well-made beer because there was no evidence of the 8% alcohol whatsoever. So this is either the second or third Gruit style beer that I've had, and not been blown away by any of them. I'm sure glad they found hops. My gosh, I want hops in my beer, yeah. Alright guys, let's go see what everybody else thinks about this. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and Beer Advocate says 90 in the outstanding range. I am not going to argue with that number whatsoever. I don't think I could bring myself to give it a 90, but would not argue with that. I'm sure there are a lot of people that love this beer. So we'll go over to Rate Beer, and Rate Beer is even more impressed with this. They got 95 overall and 98 in the style. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't blow my hair back, but fitting the Gruit style, this may be a 9 or even an 8 or a 9, possibly even a 10 for some people. But I just can't get into this style. My palate has advance to enjoying this style of beer. So give me a good old Bell's Two-Hearted Ale, or a Russian Imperial Stout, a 1050, or I mean, I could name off 10 of them probably, but you know, it is what it is. Beer taste is subjective. What I may love, you may hate, and vice versa. And a lot of people probably like this style of beer. They wouldn't make it if they didn't. So, with that being said, guys, if you've had this version of Dupont Cerveza, is what it's called, but it's called Posca Rustica on the bottle, which is an alias. And in a lot of different countries, they'll use different names for the beers. So, with that being said, guys, this is probably running much longer than I wanted it to. So, if you've had it, give me some comments back. Hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe, and let's be finding a beer with some hops in it tomorrow. See you then.